all like drama now. Like YouTube has turned into a reality TV show. It's garbage.
It's people making diss tracks of each other. Like,
and people thinking that they can rap. Like, you can't.
Oh, that Asian dude that tries to make diss tracks. I'm like, nigga, you mumble. No one's taking you. How do you have that many? How have no one clowned this fucking loser? Like, how did he get popular being this scrawny ass Asian dude who can't rap, who writes diss tracks about his feelings?
People have tried. They're just worse than him.
Ugh. I should go out there and rap battle that motherfucker and be like, oh, wow, you took him down. I'm like, great. I don't want any of this. I just want you to know that he is garbage and I am garbage.
Like, just because you're on YouTube and you can upload your own videos doesn't mean you're a musician. You need to stop. You don't even know how to rhyme words together. Like,
yeah, Shane.
Take a proper English class.
What is your favorite YouTube channel, though?
I'm an old diehard. Although I'm not really liking it so much as now because all she keeps putting up is hamster videos. But Jenna Marbles has and always will be my favorite.
She has
YouTube.
Hamster videos? I might tune in now.
Yeah, well, she has a hamster, so I think she's just like, I like she's busy. She's, you know, she does shit with her life. So I think she has been doing weird things for her hamster, like making it food and things.
I always thought her humor was really good. Like, she's a good writer. I always thought she was really bad at delivery, though. It's just not for me. Not that style.
Yeah, well, she's just super awkward, and I think because I'm awkward, I kind of dig it.
I don't think she's awkward. I think it's fake. I think it's definitely a fake awkward. I've met lots of girls who do this. Who are like, I'm so clumsy.
I'm like that in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
like I am actually that fucking weird and awkward.
It's like when autistic people saw Abed on Community. They're like, oh, that guy's pretending to be retarded, but I'm retarded. So that makes perfect sense. Let's get into story time. Shane, what the fuck have you been doing, man? What the fuck we want to talk about? Okay, bye, Shane.
I have to unmute my mic. What do I want to? I don't know. I haven't eaten in like 12 hours, so I'm getting pretty hungry. Not gonna lie. But let's see here. What's new? What's exciting? What's going on in the world? Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, this summer's been pretty intense. Went down to Oregon. Basically, spent a day in Tofino doing work, and then flew to Vancouver. Then caught a flight that same day to Calgary. Met up with some friends.
Did not visit me.
Did not visit you. Definitely missed you.
He promised me. I was waiting in my office.
I phoned you and I told you. I was like, yeah, I'm going to come through Edmonton and I'll see you. And then I didn't.
Yeah, you called me on my birthday. You're like, hey, guess what, Achilles? It's your best friend, Shane. I'm like, you're not my best friend. He's like, doesn't matter. Let's talk. And I was like,
love you.
Hey, guess what you're going to get for your birthday? And I'm like, probably like a whole shitload of disappointment and neglect from my family, like every year. He's like, no. Not this year. This year, you're getting a bro date. And I was like, what? He's like, I'm going to pick you up from lunch. I want you to wear something sexy. I want you to tease me under the table. And I'm going to feed you food in that big, juicy, beautiful, buxom body of yours. And I was like, oh my God, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I promise I'll be there. So then I got dressed up, shaved my pubes, you know, the way he likes. Waited in my office, just looking out the window. I don't have a window, but I have a picture of Tahiti, and I stare at that. And, yeah, he never came. Then I called him, and I called him again. And he was like, he answered actually the second time. I was like, fuck you, faggot. I don't even know whose number this is. I'm on Black Tar heroin, as usual.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah, new phone, who dis? I'm like, can you not tell by my voice? We've been doing a podcast together for a really long time. He's like, I've never heard this voice before. I think this is a troll. I'm hanging up. And that was the last time we talked until now.
So I would say that did not happen.
That was exactly...
Except for the part where I was offering a huge amount of disappointment by bailing.
Did you not text me and say, I am on too much Black Tar heroin. I can't fuck with a packy right now? Did you not say those words? Do you deny saying those words?
I deny. Deny that. Deny.
Plead the fifth.
I don't know, man. When you look at like the way that sounds and how you talk, it does sound like something you'd say.
I don't think so.
Here, I'll read the exact text. No. Yo, nigga, what's good?
None of this stuff is.
Isn't it great how women can't vote in Saudi Arabia? Boy, I wish it was like that here. All these damn Muslims are coming here and taking our hijabs. Do you get it? That's the head thing they wear. But by the way, I'm too fucked on illegal Black Tar heroin that I got at this address, 127 Eteria Avenue, Edmonton, Alberta, T5E 2Y9. And
I don't know
you
whose
can
address that is, but
whoever it is, they're gonna be real pissed later. Might be my ex-girlfriends. Fuck you, bitch.
So I do actually. I apologize for bailing on you.
That doesn't change
I ended
anything.
Up going a different route
Doesn't
to get to where I was going.
Your apologies changed nothing.
But-
You didn't text me.
As
Sorry.
you can tell by
Sorry.
his bringing up his ex, he forgives me.
I told my secretary, I'm like, my friend's coming to visit me today. Keep an eye out for him. And then I gave her your picture, and I was like, yeah, it's my buddy. And I was telling her about our podcast. I was showing her episodes. I was telling people around the office, and then you didn't come, and I looked real fucking stupid. I can't say I've been more embarrassed.
Oh, it's another imaginary friend.
Yeah, they didn't believe you existed, and now they fucking confirmed it. So you're gonna have to come into my work and be like, I'm Shane, and then they'll be like, who the fuck is Shane? What do you want? Get out of here.
Yes, I will show up at your work and prove that I am real.
I don't need that from you. What I need from you is the only way I'll forgive you is 3 pieces of your soul, and you have to get me laid like 0.7 times.
0.7? That's not even a complete like.
Just the tip.
No. That's full penetration. There's just no pumping after that because the crying starts.
That's really crying.
So tell us about your trip. After you abandoned me and made me look stupid in front of my coworkers and let me down for the 1,000th time.
I did that weeks before my trip, but
oh wow, getting real prepared. You're like, I know what I need to go to Oregon. I need to break a brown person's heart. It's the only way I can break the magic.
So I didn't know I was going to Oregon until like probably 2 weeks before it happened. I got a phone call and they were like, hey, you're coming with us to Oregon. We're going to go see the eclipse. We're going to go to this crazy Symbiosis music festival. And it's going to be crazy and amazing. And so we basically just road tripped all the way from Calgary down to Oregon. We stopped in Idaho and got a hotel on the way down. And it was pretty cool. I've never driven in the States before outside of like driving on the freeway in LA or driving around in cities, but I've never done like a road trip through the States. So that was actually pretty interesting to do. And it was very much like going through the Kootenays or the Okanagan in BC where it's very dry and arid.
Wait, where'd you go?
We were driving sort of through Alberta and then through BC down by like Fernie and Cranbrook over there and then cross the border there. And that goes into Idaho, which when you get into Idaho, then you can cut over to Washington. And then after you hit Spokane.
You enter in the Idaho side? Idaho is like beneath Cranbrook and shit.
The land of the potatoes. It was the only it was the closest 24-hour border crossing that we could get to. But it was really,
yeah. You'd have to go right to Lethbridge for the other one.
It was really easy and really smooth to go through. And, we just said, hey, we're going down to check out the eclipse and we're going to be camping. And, we went down, had an amazing time. It was probably, one of those things where I would recommend.
Sorry, what city was it?
The actual festival?
Yeah.
It was actually in the Ochoco State Park in Oregon. It wasn't actually in like Portland or in any major city. It was pretty much in the boonies in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
That 30,000 people ended up, showing up at and camping for 5 days and going to this massive music festival that just so happened to coincide with the solar eclipse. I would recommend, like, if you do have an opportunity, I think in 2024, the solar eclipse is going to happen through all of Alberta except for Fort Mac and Lloydminster.
Wow, the two shittiest places in fucking Alberta.
But everywhere else in Alberta, 2024 will get a full solar eclipse, so that's super cool. Highly recommend checking that out. Get yourself some eclipse glasses in 8 years or 7 years or whatever.
Or if you want to,
I'm gonna take that sun on full circle.
If you would like to see a picture that
Trump of
ruined
you.
a 5D Mark II, you can go see it on my website because I took pictures of the eclipse.
Bad. Do not do that. You need.
I had the proper filter and everything, and it still fucked up my
Still
sensor.
fried the lens.
It didn't fry it. No.
sensor.
It's totally recoverable. It just left spot on my reflector, which is
Sensor?
really weird.
Yeah. Shit.
Not the sensor. If it was on the sensor, it's fucked, right? But the reflector,
Yeah,
it's
then
fine.
you need to replace it.
So I just got a new shutter and I'm fine. But like it still sucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was probably, definitely one of the high points of the summer. Outside of that, just been
You get
touring
laid,
around-
brah. You fuck some hippies. Put your dick in some dirty, non-washed vag. 5 day of festival shit. Queefing out THC because they're so fucked?
Well, I didn't go with my fiance, so no.
Exactly, you didn't go with your fiance. How would you do that with her there? That's square. You'd be like, yo, I want to fuck up this drugged up hippie. She might have herpes.
You don't know what she's into.
Yeah. Actually,
I know what she's into.
Actually, we don't need to get into that. But
but no, it was a great time. Like,
could you have fucked someone? That's all I really care about.
You know, I've been basically spending most of the summer trying to enjoy Vancouver Island. You know,
so that's a no. No one would have fucked you there. You had no prospects. No, there wasn't one girl that was like, "Oh my god, I love receding hairlines with blonde hair that are spiked up. I just need to ride your dick." No, that didn't happen.
No.
Because that happened to me last week.
Oh, did it?
We'll get to there. But honestly, though, tell me about the girls. I'm a huge pervert.
The girls?
Yeah. Okay. So my buddy went to Burning Man, and he had all these stories about these crazy hot chicks wearing crazy things, doing crazy things. Is that like a typical American festival thing?
Well, it's like American, Canadian. Like if you go to Shambhala or you go to any like major electronic
I don't listen
music
to
festival,
music though.
Like if you go to any electronic music festival, there's naked people walking around. There's usually a lake and people are swimming in the nude. It's kind of funny. We were driving back and there was a guy. He's like, "Oh, did you see a lot of naked girls down there?"
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
And it's like, well, yeah, but it's just people naked. It's not that big of a deal.
Know what I saw the last time I went to a concert?
Are you that like, you know, closeted from things that you're that intrigued by some naked girls?
Yeah, boobs, bro, boobs. Know what I saw last time I went to a concert? I saw a guy get a chair thrown at him and then stabbed at a Fat Joe concert. That's the last concert I went to. You know what happens when black people go to concerts? They murder each other. You know what white people do? They do drugs and get undressed. White people, you might be the superior race. I'm just saying. It might be the whites. You might win.
I have no comment. But it was an amazing festival. There was lots of awesome music. There was
white people, all by white people.
Acts.
Is that why it's great?
Android Jones was there.
White person.
Android Jones is
big white guy.
And and I had a great time. And otherwise, this summer
with other white people,
going hiking
with
and checking out what Vancouver Island has to offer.
For the whites,
there's a lot of old people, but there's a lot of cool outdoor things and hiking adventures and beaches and awesome things. So that's my summer, and I'm sticking to it. It wasn't a racist summer. It wasn't a bigoted summer.
You didn't tell us shit about the festival. Tell us some fucking details about the festival. What was the coolest thing you saw down there? Who was the best act? What was the most fucked up you saw someone? How drunk did you get? These are things I want to know.
I was probably one of the few people that were actually drinking at that festival. I brought a flat of cider with me.
So it's hard to drink when you're on acid.
And a lot of people there were definitely on acid and like doing lots of drugs and stuff. Those are, you know, it's the same thing as Burning Man, right? But overall, like, you know, the whole experience of going to festival, like if you've never gone, like you're camping like half an hour to a 40-minute walk away from where the actual festival is at. And the festival kind of turns into a little like miniature town. There's like, you know, at this festival, there's about 100 different vendors that sell clothes and sell various other items. There was probably a good 50 food vendors. You could get everything from like chicken and salad to like organic quinoa and kale salads and like super healthy food. There was lots of like, you know, they had like its whole little community, but then on top of that, there were multiple stages with different music. There were stages with like live sort of rock bands that were playing kind of 70s jam rock. There was main stages that had bands like Bass Nectar and Glitch Mob.
Hey, that plays our outro.
Android Porn is by one of the ex-members of Glitch Mob.
Craigie, right?
Yeah.
He's our outro.
There was lots of really cool things there. Saw lots of really awesome music, but I don't know. It's always hard to talk. Like some of the best parts that I had at the festival were waiting in line. The reason why is because I got to meet some people. I got to talk to some people. I got to talk to a guy who was from Colorado and sort of hear about his story and how he got to where he is today, and sort of, you know, just meeting people, meeting different people, and just talking to lots of different interesting people that are there that, you know, show up at these types of festivals. And everyone's there for a different reason, you know. It's not like everyone's just there because they want to get messed up.
I'm assuming they're there to watch music.
Well, that's definitely part of it, but you got to realize, like,
it's an experience.
It's in a way like all day they have workshops. They're doing yoga all day. Okay. They've got like science workshops. Alex Gray, if you know who that is, artist,
one of the best psychedelic artists of all time.
I got to watch him do live paintings there.
Wow!
So he was actually like painting live art at the actual festival, and he gave a talk. So it's not.
That's just fucking cool. That's legit cool.
It's not just like a typical, like, all right, let's just go to this. It's not like Boonstock where it's just like, let's go get drunk and messed up. It's a little bit more than that.
Boonstock, I just walked around with my cock out until a fucking country girl blew it. Like, it was the dumbest thing I've ever been to in my life. It was so ridiculous.
Boonstock, I just played at it. That's what I did, and then I went home.
That's right, you did, yeah.
So the experience was great. I'm glad I went with some close friends, and that was really nice, and it definitely made an impact in terms of the experience overall. But I will say this: I much prefer a hotel room over a tent and a sleeping bag. That's just a personal preference. Not to say I don't enjoy the outdoors or camping, but on your 4th or 5th day, and you're like, man, we got to walk an hour and a half just to get to the goddamn showers because this is getting out of hand, and you're using like baby wipes to clean yourself off, and just it gets a little rough.
I'm sure fucking Jenny was used to that dirty bitch. What was it like traveling with your fucking ex-girlfriend and a girl tried to fuck while she was on LSD?
Well, the experience of going with
Kayla, please don't judge me. I love you,
Jenny. I've known Jenny for like 20 years. We went to high school together, so it wasn't that big.
Yeah, but you're also fingering her cunt in high school.
Well, I guess, yeah, but I mean that doesn't mean I have to do that now. We're friends. I don't understand how to stop. I accidentally sat behind Kayla in class one day and smelt her hair, and I'm still trying to fuck her.
I mean, you didn't try very hard.
Oh yeah, I'm super lack confidence, and I just assume everyone knows I have a big dick and wait for them to come to me.
Fair.
Yeah. It's not working out well. I've been waiting like 20 years, no one's came. So, can we talk more about how I try to fuck your friend's roommate or your sister?
His sister, one of my best friend's sister.
Oh, now he's your best friend? You're just mad because I made that joke. You're just mad I made that joke earlier? About you not being my best friend? You're waiting this whole fucking time just to get back at me, you son of a bitch. What was the best band you saw and the best song?
Well, I'm a huge Glitch Mob fan, and that was probably one of the reasons why I agreed to go.
Did they play Seven Nation Army?
Like the cover of Seven Nation Army?
Yeah, their remix is probably one of the best ones of all time.
They did, yes.
I always said that if I had a walkout song in UFC, that would be my walkout song.
But I would say that probably my favorite act at the show, because I've seen Glitch Mob before, my favorite act, even though I have seen him before as well, was Bass Nectar. And that was more to do with the fact that just the light show and everything else about it was just pretty
What kind of drugs did you do?
I drank a lot of alcohol.
Oh, is that it, you fucking pussy? Your friends did some drugs, though, right? They got at least
everybody did, man. It's crazy out there.
Oh man, what was it? Do you see anyone super fucked up and they're tripping balls, and you're just like, I gotta beat the shit out of this person while they're high?
No, it was pretty tame, to be honest.
Wow, you've changed a lot.
And I think that at some of those rock music festivals, I saw more people out of hand. At rock music festivals,
rock ones are nuts,
drunk and angry and wanting to fight people. This was not anything like that. This is like a modern day like hippie festival. Imagine Woodstock, except for in 2017.
That's cool. That was chill. That would be more my vibe. You know what I mean? Like I've been to so many like rock, metal, and like one of my buddies is in a metal band, so I go to a lot of metal shows and rap concerts, and it's such a different vibe. I just feel like these hippie festivals are so fucking gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean gay in a negative sense, or no, in a pejorative sense towards gay people. I mean, it's fucking stupid, like gay, like gay, the way that gay is supposed to mean. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is all forms of gay means bad, and God hates you for doing it. Is what I.
So happy and joyful and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
If you were,
joy.
Are you gonna go back next year?
No, I don't think I would go to that same.
How was the eclipse?
Again. the eclipse was the best part. It was freaking incredible. You know, there was 30,000 people all staring up at the sun as the moon was covering it completely. And for 90 seconds, you know, they're like, all right, everyone, silence for 90 seconds. Yeah, right. It was just cheering for 90 seconds.
That's
like this
awesome.
huge crowd of 30,000 people all staring up at the moon covering the sun. And it was one of those things where I took a picture with my phone, and then I was like, all right, that's it. I'm putting my phone down. I'm just going to stare because there's like...
Because your lens is melted.
Well, no, but like once the moons cover the sun, you can take as many pictures as you want for that 90-second window.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just one of those things where it's not worth it to look at the eclipse through my goddamn phone. Like, let's just actually stare.
Do you have goggles, or do you just hurt your eyes?
Yeah, we had some glasses. We had they gave everyone who attended the festival eclipse glasses when they entered. That's
a good idea. I would actually love to have like faulty ones and just like blind everyone as like a fucking goof. I think that'd be really fun. Why is no one laughing at that?
That's very dark.
We could hurt people permanently to their vision. Why is this not entertaining you?
Many people blind.
I think we should all go to a festival and then film it and then talk about it.
Sure. You guys ever gone to a EDM music festival before?
I have. I don't remember going.
No.
I've been to 3, but I don't remember any of them because I was on alcohol.
I went to Warp Tour back in the day.
I used to always go to Warp Tour. I love Warp Tour.
Yeah.
I saw Blink-182 and Sum 41 and Protest the Hero.
Were you there the year the hail destroyed everybody?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
It was humongous.
Fuck. Oh, man.
Good year.
Was that one in Calgary or was that in Edmonton?
Calgary.
That was Calgary. That's right. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I went to that and Edgefest every year, so I was kind of down for that.
Oh, cool.
All right, we're caught up with Shane. You went to a music festival with unlimited drugs and alcohol and naked chicks, with your ex-girlfriend and a super fuckable sister of your friend, and you did none of that and stared at an eclipse and listened to music that could be played on an iPod. How does that make you feel?
Pretty good. It was quite an adventure.
How did Mandy feel about this?
Well, she basically said that I should go. She was most upset about the fact that she couldn't go.
I don't like your guys' relationship. I don't like how trusting it is. There needs to be more paranoia and anger. That's all I'm going to say.
What do you guys entertain yourselves with when you trust one another?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what are you guys going to do with all that extra money for not having to rebuy potted plants after you throw them at each other in stupid arguments about being jealous?
One of the really, really nice things about, being in a healthy, open relationship is that
you're in an open relationship. We're allowed to fuck.
You don't have to fight. You don't have to have the drama. You don't have to be angry at each other.
But you can, though, right? Like, if you think it makes the sex better.
I suppose you could, but if you want to make the sex better, I don't know, just go buy yourself some toys or something.
Or rent an African man that you can use for whatever you want.
I don't think you can do that anymore.
Oh, you're not let you do that? No, it's not slavery. It's renting. For you, Kayla, what has been your pastis?
My what?
It's not a word. Made it up. Thought I'd slide it by. Got called on immediately. I feel real dumb. What are you wanting to bitch or complain about or talk about your summer? Like this asshole. It's like, hey, I went to a place where I got fucked by a million girls and I didn't. It's like, yeah, we get it, Shane. You don't have a dick. Christ. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, I guess I could just
kidding,
go on. I don't know. I don't know. My life's really fucking boring, but my friends made me try online dating, and that was an experience.
Yeah, did you get AIDS?
No, I did not meet up with anybody. I'm gonna die alone. I'm gonna buy 10 dogs and just die alone. It'll be fine. I'll have friends. It'll be great. Because I hate people. No, I'm pretty much convinced that everybody on online dating apps are serial killers.
Well, yeah. Why else would you do it? Like,
yeah. Well,
fuck.
Yeah. Like I went on it and I put in my profile and I was like, I filled it out because I'm a girl. Of course we're gonna fill it out.
You fill out those things?
I was like, yeah, I know, right? Like, what was I thinking? Well, it was Bumble, so you literally like wrote 100 words.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a female friendly app. It's basically Tinder with more control, and not even really. It's still just as bad. It's the exact same shit as Tinder.
So what's
they
the
just
difference?
Pretend like it's not. Girls have to message first. I think that's the only difference.
That's how I handle Tinder anyway. It's basically the same app.
Really?
Oh, I don't use Tinder. I fuck girls in normal, like meeting up at bars and shit, and through friends.
Yeah, like the way that,
I'm not so
that
fucking.
Feel them out instead of them like being fake online. But yeah, no, it was like I was going through and there was all these like really good-looking guys my age who had like seemingly great jobs, and I was like, why are you still single? You must kill people. And then like I started talking to a couple people, and of course the first person who I have a conversation with turned out to be so creepy and weird. Like I think I just have really bad luck, and that's why I'm gonna die alone, and that's great. It's
well,
fine.
I'll tell you what. Like... So go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna, when we were having the conversation, we weren't talking. He was just asking me like, you know, the obvious. Oh, well, what are your turn-ons and turn-offs?
Yeah, what's your blood type? What are you scared of? You know, the usual stuff.
Yeah, the usual. And of course, I answer like a normal person would, talking to somebody for the first time, and just talk about like, you know, mental things and not physical stuff. And he immediately goes into saying that his turn-off is when girls are smelly below the belt. But
Whoa.
he phrased it in this really, really odd way that didn't make any sense the way that he wrote it. So I didn't understand what he was saying because he didn't say what I just told you. Like, I could actually read it to you.
Do it.
What he said.
Did he come back and be like, you're like, I don't understand. He's like, yo, girl, I don't like stank pussies. Like,
wow. No, so he writes this. He goes, his turnoffs are when girls are argumentative, even when logic is turned off.
Uh-oh.
Anything extra, he goes, anything extra first below the waist to turn toes is also a huge turnoff.
What?
Exactly. I was like, anything extra first. Then he goes, extra smelly, dirty. I mistyped it. No fucking shit, dude. And then I was like, oh. And he's like, you'd be surprised. I had a girl with really smelly feet. Let's say we said goodbye to each other very fast. And then proceeded to say, midsection when not prepared is okay, but there's a standard still.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know how guys can get that picky, literally. Like, my only deal... I had a girl chop up everything I ever gave her, leave it on my lawn covered in lighter fluid, while I was inside having sex with another chick, and I still fucked that chick later.
That's hot.
Because it doesn't really matter what a girl does. You could have a pussy that smells like goddamn Chernobyl, and I would still dive in that shit if you find.
Yeah.
You could have...
But it was just such a...
Yeah, go ahead.
It was just such a weird, like, train of conversation. Like, it came out of nowhere. And then after I just said, like, okay, anyways, I was like, that's a little bit presumptuous. Let's not even fucking go there. Yeah. He starts to, like, throw out all these corny-ass lines. Like, asking me, what color are your eyes? And how tall you are. And I said I was short. And he goes, oh, well, I guess you'll have to sit in my lap while I gaze into your eyes. I was like, dude. Just,
I would do that. I'm actually going to take that exact line.
I was like, I said to him, I was like, does this shit actually work? Because I'm a bitch and I have no time for that stuff. And he's just like, what do you mean? I was like, the lines, like this garbage that you're feeding me, like, does it work? She's like, I was just trying to be nice. And I'm like, no, you're,
you're not even allowed to think about me when you jerk off. Like, to be real mean.
Yeah, don't even look at me. You can't look at me. But no, it was just a bad time. And I found out after he had something like actual as a job on his profile. Like I think he was like, I don't remember. It was something in business. And then I discovered that he was actually a personal trainer, and it all made sense.
Yeah, fit people are stupid because they think they can be picky, but yeah, they can't be. I mean, it's weird that like there's guys out there that are willing to like be that specific. It's like if a girl's really hot, she has stinky ass feet, I would buy her Dr. Scholl's and baby powder. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just fucking
give her a sponge bath. Make it sexy. Like, I don't fucking know.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we are both single in 10 years, I will let you kill me. You can shoot me in the fucking face.
Sweet.
And you can watch me die.
Then I can go to jail and do the orange is the new black thing.
Exactly. You'll find a brand new lesbian pussy in there that you can scare.
Hell yeah. Maybe I should try, girl.
Were you dating much in Newfoundland, and was that different than Alberta? I'm honestly curious about that.
I was in a relationship with a guy that I had known since I was like fucking 8 in Newfoundland.
Oh, you guys do date your cousins. Shit.
No, actually, he was one of the only few people in the town where my mom grew up that I wasn't related to.
See, I should move to Newfoundland because by the odds, they'd have to fuck me because I'm the only one not related.
Yeah, like you got good odds in Newfoundland for sure. You gotta go to the small towns though, not in St. John's.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there's brown people in St. John's. I've noticed that.
That's where all the cousins are.
Cranbrook, fucking Dildo,
Yeah.
all the little shitty places. So you had this one bad experience. Did that turn you off completely, or have you given another shot?
I went to go give it another shot, but honestly, I don't care enough to fucking text back and forth with complete strangers. Like, if I'm gonna meet somebody, it's gonna be in person. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah, I have to talk to them and like get a vibe for them. I can't guess over the internet. I've never done that shit, but I'm also, that's the thing. I don't get people that do it over the internet because I'm fat and ugly, and I still fuck girls in that regular way by meeting them at bars and convincing them to sleep with me when no one else will.
Because not many people go to bars to meet people, so you, again, have the odds.
But it's not even bars. It's like an Edo at a food court mall or a Chapters or
I love Edo. I miss Edo.
I have to tell you about a story that I got into a fight. Now,
I'm a grown-ass man. Stop getting in fights.
Fuck, I've never stopped getting in fights. There are some people that will be like, oh, you're embellishing this story, or this is against what the cops say. But guess what? It's my cop podcast and not the cops podcast. So suck my dick. Not you cops. You guys did a great job. Thank you for saving me. Just kidding. I saved myself. Okay, so I was I was at a bar, and my buddy Dawson matches up with this girl on, I shouldn't have said his name. Fuck. Anyway, my buddy matches up with this girl on Tinder, and she's like hollering at him. It's like, yo, come to this Irish pub. Me and my girls are out, and we're hanging out. Bring him down. So we're with like 5 dudes. My buddy Ryan shit. I need to stop saying names. My buddy just finished a strongman competition in a certain province and placed. It is no way traceable to where I am. My other buddy was just up visiting. We're all hanging out for the Mayweather fight. So 2 of these guys have literally just competed in Alberta Strongman. Like, they're... Damn it, I said the fucking province! 2 of these guys just literally competed in Strongman.
I know exactly who these people are.
I really wish Shane would unmute so I could hear his soft giggles in the background. Thanks, Shane. So it's like 5 of us. 2 of these dudes are like hella jacked and shit. Well, all 4 of those dudes are hella jacked, and I was also there too. And so we go to this other bar. They have a couple dudes with them and some chicks, right? And there's this British chick. And, I mean, Shane will tell you, me and British girls, I am not good with them because they're a lot like regular girls, which means that I will strike out just as normally.
They have self-esteem and actually,
Oh, do they? If I knew that, I wouldn't even have tried. I thought British ones didn't because of the bad teeth. God damn it, I have to go down to Sri Lankans. Just kidding, I would never fuck a brown person. When it comes to
said that twice.
Yeah, I'll say it. Listen, this podcast isn't done until I've said it 3 times.
He said it twice this podcast.
Yeah. I say it 3 times a day. Have you seen a brown pussy? No. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're terrifying. Yeah, they are 9 feet deep and feature razor sharp teeth along the edges.
I saw that movie.
That was a good movie. But in all seriousness, the only reason I wouldn't have sex with a brown girl is because I was raised around all the brown people I was raised around. I was related to, so when in my mind I associate brown people with relations, and I wouldn't fuck a black chick because I get AIDS. So we were at
and I apologize again to the African community.
They don't have bandwidth to download this. So we went to the bar and we're talking to these chicks, and there's a British chick, so I start macking on her. She's real cute.
So you'll be back next week, right, Kayla?
I'll check my schedule. I might be working that day.
It's funny because she's only getting the cage unlocked when it's time to record. Oh man, I hope I'm gonna send it to this. But anyway, nothing. I'm just talking to myself at this point because I've gotten drunk. I've drinking too many beers. That's how you can tell because my words are slurring. I can't feel my teeth. See?
Yes, I can see right now.
Can you hear? Can you hear that though? Can you hear that? I can't feel my teeth. That's my sign. That's how I know. I would, if you ever see me out at a bar and I'm tapping my teeth, that's me determining whether or not I'm too drunk. And if I can still feel my teeth, that means I'm good to go. If I can't feel my teeth...
You still get laid? You out at bars just tapping your teeth randomly and girls are like, I'm so into that
now.
I'm
so sorry. You've never heard the conclusion to these stories about me trying to get laid. It never works. I'm still a virgin.
Very good. Very good.
Whoa, your voice went real high there.
For obvious
reasons. You looking to take a V card? Is that why you're asking?
No, I've done that once. That's enough.
Yeah, no one wants a V card. There's a double entendre there, Shane. I hope you caught that. They used to call me the V card collector in high school because...
That's what they called the guy I dated in high school.
Oh, wow.
He legit actually was like the virginator.
Oh, okay. I was called that because I was collecting other people's virginities and holding them onto myself to make myself a super virgin because I would never get laid. I don't know why I say this. I make too many jokes about not getting laid and having small dick. Neither are true.
Sure.
I have a medium dick and I have been laid once.
Well, yeah, by this person that you keep hating on in this podcast.
What up, Shane? No, I didn't have sex with her. Literally everyone else on the planet did. She teaches kids, though, so it's okay. So I'm at this bar. We go over there. We meet up with these chicks. There's British chicks. I start macking on her a little bit. I'm talking to her. And homeboy sees me talking to this chick, and he gets mad at me, I guess, like one of her friends, and like scoffs at something I say. Because they're like, talking about Wu-Tang, and I was like, yeah, you guys look like big Wu-Tang fans. A bunch of fucking hipster-ass white people. Homeboy scoffs at me and shit. And anytime I say something, he just like gives me this weird look and like scoffs it off and shit. I'm like, it's a weird reaction. It's like you're coughing constantly, but you're not. So I don't play nothing by it. I don't give a fuck. You know, I ain't there for nothing. So I'm with the boys inside. We're having beers. We're having a good time. We start talking to people at the other table, and we're being cool. So, you know, the guy that was being dicky to me, he stayed at the far side table. He wouldn't come over to us. But them and their friends and shit, they're hanging out. We're talking. We're having a good night. And, you know, buddy's ordering shots. We're having shots and, you know, having fun with the staff and chatting up the waitress and shit. We're all good. And on the way out, you know, this guy was mad dogging me all fucking night. And he said some shit about my buddy D. He was like, who the fuck is this guy and why do you bring all his friends? It's like, well, because he matched up with your friend who doesn't want to fuck you on Tinder, and she's willing to fuck him, so him and his friends came out instead. Because you're a beta cuck, and you're buying her drinks, but he's the one getting laid tonight, so fuck you. I didn't say that, but, you know, that's what shit he was talking. So he starts rapping Wu-Tang periodically throughout the night. And now there's no one's a bigger Wu-Tang fan than me, but I'm also half black, so I know how to do it. When I see a chubby white ginger trying it, it's fucking embarrassing. But he did it. I didn't say shit. You know, this guy was just being a dick to me. I was trying to be good relations. And his buddy was fine to me. His buddy was, you know, drunk and jovial. So on the way out, you know, they're about to bounce. And I'm like, yo, have a good night. You know, take it easy. Hey, man, not a bad rapper. You spit some fire. You know, just being nice. And he was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And then I stand up, I look in his face. I'm like, that means you rap well, moron. What the fuck do you think it means? And like, this guy backs off and just walks away. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, I didn't say it to him, like, say fuck you to him, but I did say, like, what the fuck do you think it means? And me and my buddies are laughing, right? We're like, what the fuck do you think that means? You rap well. Can't figure that fucking sentence out? Like, so we're having a laugh, like, what's with that guy? So my one buddy, he's the sweetest giant in the world, but he is a bodybuilder and he can fuck anyone up. He's sitting there behind the table drinking his beer. He's like, hey, that guy wasn't very nice to you, hey? I'm like, yeah, that guy's a dick. He's like, yeah, he was a bit of a dick to you. That's not cool. And then his buddy hears him and is like, oh, you just call my friend a dick? He's like, yeah, but he's acting like a dick. He's like, you better fucking apologize right fucking now. And then Ryan looks at him, a bodybuilder, against a scrawny-ass white guy. He's like, what if I don't? And then, dude, without warning, fucking, you know, Ryan's holding 2 beers. Doesn't have free hand. He's behind the fucking table. Starts sucker punching him as hard as he can over and over again. Ryan puts his hands up and is like, what do I do? And I'm like, take him down. He grabs his fists, pushes him. The guy falls to his back over. He grabs Ryan's neck, but he falls to his back whimpering. And we got this on video. He was whimpering. It was adorable. I wasn't even upset at that point. I was just like, this is so cute. I'm like, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. He's adorable. He's like, no, I don't want to fall on my back, please. And I was like, oh,
turtle.
Yeah, it was so sweet. So I'm like, Ryan, don't hit him. I didn't say that, but I was like, Ryan shouldn't hit him. But Ryan's a good guy. Ryan, like, you know, this guy was hitting him, so he blocked him and he pushed him back. But this guy was swinging fists at him. Like, he was bloodied up. getting hit in the face over him. But he held his hands up. He's like, you can hit me all you want. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not fighting back. I'm not hitting him. This guy's trying to choke him. He's like, he has his hands up. He's like, I'm not hurt. I'm fine. I'm not hitting this guy. And I'm like, I'm fucking amazed at this point, because if a guy came at me like that, I would lose my goddamn mind. I'm not even a terrorist. He would wake up with a plane through his fucking bedroom window in the morning. I would join ISIS just to fuck that guy. By the way, guys, by supporting this podcast, you support ISIS, right, Shane? Thank you.
No.
So this homeboy,
No.
somebody jumps on him, people get involved. I'm swinging, spinning back kicks and doing double backflips like I usually do, my supreme athleticism. And they pull this guy out, and he's crying, and he leaves the bar. So Brian, he has a black eye, a bloody nose, because he let the guy hit him because he refused to strike back. He goes to the bathroom, gets cleaned up, and the bartender's like, sit down, have a drink, relax. Those guys are pricks. We're so sorry that happened. All this stuff. Because we were getting on good with the bartenders and stuff, right? They were giving us free shots. We're having a good time. And we're like, oh, yeah, it ain't your fault. This guy's just acting like a prick. So, we see Buddy through the window crying in the parking lot, being comforted. I know. And I'm like, you're the one that hit the other guy. You didn't even get hit, and you're crying. So his friend comes back in. He's like, my buddy knocked you the fuck out. And this guy is a ginger with a ponytail, right? So I'm like, hey, buddy, I know you're a bottom because of your top knot, but you need to get the fuck out of here because you're embarrassing yourself right now. You're out of breath walking in this room in a huff. I mean, what do you expect to achieve here? They're trying to fucking talk shit and stuff. So I know that the fight happened because of me. I know it's because I was talking to those chicks, and I know that my buddy Ryan was just defending my honor and got his ass kicked for it. But I also know that I can't stop beaking this motherfucker and making it worse, because that would be a slap on my pride, right? So we're, of course, beaking this motherfucker, and they come around back to fight us, and the cops show up, so then they fucking skedaddle. So the next day I'm on Facebook, and the girls that we're hanging out with that are clearly in love with me because I'm amazing added me on Facebook and shit. So I saw this guy's post pop up about, he was like, I gave the guy a chance to apologize. So here's what I'm doing tonight. We're pressing charges because he attacked the guy. Just for fun. We don't have to, but I want to ruin this guy's life. He's planning this trip to the States later, so it'd be really fun to screw that up for him. And I'm going to post on his thing being like, hey buddy, it's cute that you're bragging about getting your ass kicked at a bar and sucker punching someone with 2 beers in their hand that they bought for you, but it's a really bad look and we'll see you in court. And that's what I'm currently super erect over, because it's not often I get in bar fights, but when I know that later I can make it a million times worse for them after they've lost, that gets me like an evil boner that I don't feel very often. That I assume is very similar to, nah, we don't have to go there. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. Wow. Yeah. So this is a fun thing about Alberta. People will pick random ass fights with you for literally no reason at the end of fights.
I lived there.
Yeah, it's just a fun, fucking weird part of this goddamn part of the world that people try to throw down, because you won't find that type of bullshit in other parts of Canada. You would really have to offend someone or talk shit to someone or do something to do something. But in Alberta, there's so many tiny dicked, giant truck wearing douches with trucker hats because they're already balding that can't get it up and have to take their anger out at bars. And to you,
life is a gym.
To you, Maddie, I gotta say, it was real fucking pathetic and really fucking sad. And I honestly, I'm not even mad at you. I just feel bad for you, and I wish you the best. But I'll see you in court. So that was my week. Also, UFC is coming this weekend. Super goddamn excited. I feel like that story was a lot better in my head than when I told it. Because when I was telling it to the guys, they're all like, yeah, fuck that guy. You guys are like, yeah, I guess he got in a fucking nothing bar fight, and then it ended immediately. Like, oh, the fuck the guy. I've had some great stories on here. That is not one of them, and I take it back. I will literally replace that entire thing with a reading of the section of Twilight just as punishment for what the fuck I did there. It was. Be ashamed of yourself. I should be really fucking ashamed of myself.
I thought you got into the fight. I mean,
no, I don't fucking fight people, man. I'm just there to have a good time. Like, when that dude was trying to beef with me, I wasn't trying to clown him or nothing. I was just trying to have a good time. And then, these guys out of fucking nowhere just start, like, raining punches on my buddy. And it's like, okay, well, but now we have to choke a nigga. And that's what's going to happen. But, props to the staff. They did a fucking fantastic job stopping that shit. And I'm worried about UFC tonight, on Saturday, too. Because UFC is going to get a little nutty. Because Edmonton can get a little nutty, right? Like, we're Alberta boys. We don't fuck around the same way that, like, people in fucking Winnipeg do. So there's a goddamn possibility that there's going to be a fight breaking out, but I think it should be fine either way. Because realistically, if there's going to be riots again, Shane, you're fucked first.
Because I'm a white guy?
You're in Vancouver, dude. Do you not think that's where the riots begin? It's like the most left, most liberal, most crazy.
Oh, you mean if we actually had like some revolutionaries?
No, they only revolt over a lost hockey game.
What are you talking about? We've had the Bloc Québécois kill someone in 1976. That wasn't that long ago. They kidnapped a politician and murdered him.
I meant in Vancouver.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Vancouver.
We do riot for hockey here.
Yeah, you guys had massive riots. I mean, you also were the home of internment camps. Oh, were you?
I was like a block away from where the riot.
No fucking way. You see anything crazy?
That's where I used to live. Yeah. No, because when I walked to school in the morning, everything was like destroyed, and I was like, "You animal."
That's so crazy. It's like, hey, our team won or lost. I'm not sure. Let's fight. It is a very bizarre thing, but that's what Canada is, and that's what we represent. We represent.
We love our hockey, eh?
Yeah, we represent the unnecessary violence that follows an event that shouldn't follow violence. That is exactly what we stand for. I feel like I didn't pace this properly. I feel like I ran out of steam. I need something to close out on. I need something good. Let's say mean things about gay people.
No, let's not do that. The show.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Give me something. Let me rant to exit.
Do you know how excited I am, Achilles, that we have somebody else that can be the voice of reason? So just me be on the fucking podcast sitting here going, "This is highly inappropriate. I do not agree."
This dark motherfucker was tried for witchcraft in her home country. That's why she's been on the fucking run. You're telling me that she's the voice of reason? She murdered a child for his blood.
I'm not that kind of witch.
Have you guys seen The Witch?
Yeah.
That's a really, really good movie.
Yeah, the dialect was a bit much.
But that's the point why it was so good, because it was so authentic. It was just like
some things I just don't understand what they were saying, and I have family in Newfoundland. Like, I can decipher and some of the things I was like, what are you saying?
Yeah, they're like, I can't even do an impression of it, but historically accurate 1830s, Old English is not exactly easy. Shane, give me something you're mad about so I can go out here on a rant.
Give you something I'm mad about?
Something ridiculous.
What angers me?
Just our friendship in general.
Your racist remarks during our podcast?
Not about me. I can't rant against me. I think I'm great.
Of course you do.
Well, if I don't think I'm great, no one will sleep with me because they won't think I'm great. What's the point?
True.
Self-confidence is the key to getting laid, or so I'm told.
It is important, being confident in yourself.
What would you know? You're a virgin.
I haven't got laid in forever. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm going to Dyson.
In fact, I have not been laid in
I haven't had sex
Time
since...
to get back on Tinder, Kayla.
I haven't had sex since the 80s. But I was born then. So that makes sense. It's like one time as soon as I came out and never again.
And it was an accident because I dropped you somewhere.
Yeah, I slid down the female doctor's arms and slid into her pussy, out of my mom's and into hers. And they're like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Does this mean we're fucking?" And everyone laughed and they're like, "This kid's gonna be funny."
It's got real dark again because that is super illegal.
Because it's talking about me being a baby and I'm dark. That's racist. How dare you, Shane? Give me something. Give me it. Give it to me, Shane. Kayla, you do our closer. This is on you. You're brand new. You have nothing prepared. We didn't give you any notes. Immediately think of something.
What the fuck is your problem?
Immediately think of something to close on. That's what I need from you.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Can you treat this like the opposite of your legs and think of a proper way to close them?
I mean, isn't that my problem that my legs are always closed, or else I would be getting laid all the time?
I mean, they could be open and you could not be getting laid, because my legs have been like Jean-Claude Van Damme open, and I haven't had sex since literally the early 80s. This is not true. I don't know.
I mean, I could give you a couple neighborhoods in Edmonton to walk down like that, and I'm sure you would get laid. It may not be by a woman, but it'll happen.
It's called Millwoods, and yes, they do fuck brown guys there. It is horrible. I had an Islamic chick come up to me the other day and say, what's up in Islam? Or the fuck they say. Salam alaikum.
I said namaste to somebody that was a Muslim. They did not like me. They were very unhappy with me. I didn't realize I could offend somebody so harshly by
That's
saying
like going up to a Nazi or a Jewish survivor of the Holocaust and being like, Zigel, hey, Zigel, you're from Germany, right? You speak German?
I don't think it's the same. I don't know.
Look, I guarantee you Hindus have killed more Muslims than Christians have killed Jews.
Oh, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yo, Hitler just got like 13 years. He borrowed our symbol and fucking killed like a few people in a very short time span. And then Stalin killed 10 times more and no one noticed. But the Indians have been murdering Muslims since we could remember. That's literally what our country is built on, is getting rid of the worst part of society, which is everyone who's devout to Islam.
Interesting.
Yeah. But what we're trying to say, guys, is Islam's a bad thing, and we often draw pictures of Allah, or Alan, however you spell it. The H is real short. It's hard to tell which is which. And Muhammad. And we have complete disrespect for the culture. And I think that the only way we'd learn if we were punished violently. Personally.
And we also say things reverse on this podcast.
Oh, sorry. Muslims don't get irony. You can try all you want right now, but they won't figure it out. Something about being in the desert the whole time, being sarcastic, doesn't really work out. Hey, is it hot out? Yes, Jim, it's hot out. Yeah, they're not down for that. Well, we got races against Muslims. Is that a good place to end? I feel like I still got more fire.
Anyone else we can offend before we wrap this podcast up?
Let me tell you about the Polynesians. Surfboards is your biggest export? Come on.
Well, I mean, you guys have this perfect opportunity to offend women. There's a woman on your podcast. I mean, let's go.
Yeah, but we like and respect women and think all people should be treated equally regardless of their gender. But race, that's something that we draw a line at. Hashtag no niggers. That's pinned as the pinned tweet on Shane's profile.
No.
Yes, it is.
So,
it's what he wants.
It's great talking to you guys. I'm just gonna go now because
Yeah.
Kayla, be honest. You don't have any black friends. You're not pissing anybody off.
That's actually a lie.
You befriend black people?
You're just.
Is
you're
that true?
Special. You're very special.
If you do, I mean, this podcast is over.
I befriend people.
Oh, okay, so not blacks. Thanks, God. All right, now that we know she only befriends people and not black people, we're good. The most offensive thing about the term black people is that you're calling blacks people. Yeah, that's a good place to end. This is into a good area.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
don't you apologize.
Apologize.
This is great. Thank you, everyone, for listening to ROFLcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening to ROFLcast Uncut. This is what you tuned in for. This is what you did, and this is what happens after the fourth beer. Because I think racism's inside all of us, and we can wake it up using the power of alcohol. And if we all drink together, maybe we can purify the white race through violence. And that's what this podcast is all about. Thanks, everyone, for listening. I'm Achilles. That's Shane. That's Kayla. And we are gay as fuck.
Thank you guys for all coming out. You guys are fucking awesome. I know I would usually say that at the end, but it's just wicked to see you all here.
Take this moment to think for yourself, not for anyone else. 'Cause life is not worth living when the people around you are pushing and pulling you